Hello everyone and welcome to Lscm 3200 Principles of Supply Chain Management. I'm your instructor Christy DeVille and I'm so happy to have you in this course. As of right now, you probably already took Lscm 3100, or we really prefer you to have already taken that course. That is Lscm 3100 Principles of Logistics. And that kind of sets the stage for everything else in this program. It's one of our introductory courses, kind of like this one. But it also gives you a little bit of an introduction to supply chain, so not all this stuff is going to be totally brand new to you. A little bit about myself. I've been here at GHC for quite a few years now. I've already been teaching for a couple years, and I also used to work at KSU. I am a KSU alumni. I got my master's at Middle Georgia State University, and I got that through their logistics and supply chain program, which I don't know if you know much about that school, but it is one of the pioneers in logistics. And I learned from some of the best, and I still keep in contact with them, and it's really an honor for me to learn from some of those wonderful, wonderful professors. I also ended up getting a lot of my doctorate classes taken care of at Georgia Southern. So anybody that knows anything about Georgia Southern knows that they are very strong in logistics and supply chain. That is what they are known for. And both of those schools are some of the best schools in our country for a logistics and supply chain program. So if you are looking towards getting your master's or getting your doctorate in any of those courses, or any of these programs, and extending your education in logistics, those are two schools that I highly recommend. So I'm going to get a little bit more into the actual course. So first of all, this course is basically, it's going to introduce you to a bunch of different concepts within supply chain. So you're going to be examining a bunch of different roles within the supply chain. So you're going to be looking at manufacturing, you're going to be looking at purchasing, you're even going to be looking at sourcing and other roles that are within the supply chain, and you're going to see how they connect to each other. And we're going to go into depth with them. We're also going to see how we measure those, and we're going to see how they connect to customer satisfaction. That's a huge, huge deal that affects everything. So we want to make sure we keep our customers happy, and we're going to see how that affects everything. And yes, logistics is a part of the supply chain, but there's a lot of other pieces to the supply chain than just logistics. So let's go back to what we need before we take this course. Okay, we prefer you to have already had Lscm 3100, but if you follow along with me in your syllabus, there are some core classes that we really needed you to complete. I'm going to go ahead and read this, and you can read it with me. Those classes are English 1101, Accounting 2101, Accounting 2102, Econ 2105, Econ 2106, Stat 1401, and any two business classes in our program. So they're going to have the BIZA prefix for those courses, and make sure that you pass those classes with a C or higher. Usually the system won't let you register for this course if you have not. It will catch that, but that is something that we definitely need you to have as a prerequisite before you start this course. So I'm going to go ahead and get into more depth about how this course is going to be conducted. It is 100% online. All these courses are. But I also wanted to give you guys the opportunity to meet with me and meet with your classmates if you wanted to. So I've kind of started this, and I kind of quizzed some of my other folks, or surveyed some of my other folks in my 3100 over the summer, and they thought it would be a great idea. And so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys in on this as well. So what we're going to do is every now and then we're going to periodically meet online. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, it's totally optional. But it could be about just certain concepts in the chapters that we're going over, any questions that you guys may have. And I'll give you guys enough notice to know when we're going to be going live. These are kind of like what I call my live meetings. Now, you don't have to be there. We're going to record it, so if you can't make it, that's fine, and it doesn't count against you or anything like that. But some people still want that personal touch with an online class, and this is the way that we're going to give it. I hate that I can't be in the classroom teaching you live, but this is about the best way I can. So basically, we're going to record some of those questions. We're going to record some of those sessions. And again, if you can make it, that's great. But if you can't, that's fine too. I'll make sure that I post it onto D2L, and that way you can catch up with us and you can see what you've missed, all right? As far as just some housekeeping rules, make sure that any email correspondence that you send to me is through your student GHC email, not D2L. I really prefer your student email, okay? Every now and then you may get some reminders from me or from D2L through the D2L email. But if you need to respond, make sure you respond to me at cdeville@highlands.edu. That is my email, and I will have that on your syllabus. Give me some time. If it's the weekend, I may not respond to you, but I will respond to you during the week, Monday through Friday up until noon. That's kind of my cutoff point, okay? So let's go ahead and get that housekeeping thing out of the way. But also I wanted to go through what book we're going to be using, okay? Now, anybody that had me for 3100 in the summer knows that we use Cengage. I was not a fan of Cengage for that course. We used it. I told the class that we will probably be moving to another resource, and we are. And it is one of my favorite resources. When I taught business law, I used this, and I loved it, and it is McGraw-Hill Connect. Yes, you need the whole Connect system. We do work out of Connect, so you can't just get the ebook. You need the Connect, okay? Now, we're not going to be using Connect just for this course. We're going to be using it for 4000 too. So go ahead and get used to the way it works. Get in there and play with it, all right? So there are some tutorials, I'm sure, on their website, and I'm sure you can probably YouTube some tutorials. The quality with McGraw-Hill is spectacular, and the study guides and everything they have for you guys is phenomenal. It's totally worth everything. Once you get used to using McGraw-Hill, it's going to be a lot easier for you, and it's just the quality is, to me, especially for this type of material that we're going over, and even when I taught business law, it was really top quality, and I really prefer that. So we're going to be using McGraw-Hill Connect. I'm going to put the ISBN and everything into your syllabus and into D2L. And to get to the McGraw-Hill Connect, there is going to be a link in D2L. So make sure you click on that. It'll shoot you straight to the McGraw-Hill Connect for you. So on another note, let's go over some of our course objectives, okay? So we have some course objectives. They're in your syllabus, but I'm going to go ahead and read them to you and go over them, all right? So the first one is examining supply chain management terminology, components, and techniques. Now, guys, we're going to be going through that all throughout this course. It's not going to be just in chapter 1. You're going to get a lot of them, but it's going to be going through the whole course, okay? And just heads up, you guys know that this course is going to be pretty fast. We got a lot of material to cover, okay? So stay on task with all of that. Evaluate the historical development of supply chain management. How did it start? Where did it come from? What's the big deal about it? You know, how did all that originate? Relate supply chain management to other business sub-disciplines. How does it affect everything? Why is it so important? Who does it affect? And how does it affect our economy? It's huge. It affects everything. And you know, just like logistics, anybody who remembers COVID and everything we went through, I mean, it was a big deal. It affected everything. Examine a brief overview of the performance drivers to supply chains. Well, I'll go ahead and give you a hint. Those performance drivers are facilities, inventory, transportation, and information. We're going to go through those and really get into those and see how they affect supply chain. Why are they called performance drivers? What impact does it actually have on the supply chain? Examine several different concepts of the supply chain management that relate to optimizing customer service and satisfaction. Okay, customer satisfaction is really, really big. You need to make sure you please your customers. These are businesses. Anybody that's in the industry right now knows how important that is. And then also we're going to develop optimal customer service strategies by utilizing a customer service action matrix. Now, that sounds a little scary, but don't worry, it's not going to be that bad. We're going to break everything down and we're going to make sure you understand it. Again, we're going to have those live, so if you don't understand it, we'll have the opportunity for you to ask some questions right there, okay? So obviously your attendance is not like it is in a regular classroom, so you don't have to worry about that. But what I am going to tell you is you are responsible for staying on course. You know, that's one of the things about the online classes. You know, you got to get your pace, you got to get your rhythm, and you got to stay self-disciplined. So sometimes people have a hard time with that. Get a pattern, get a schedule, and stick to it as much as you can. And it won't be so hard for you to do that. So it is your responsibility as a student. I don't babysit at this level. I shouldn't have to. I'm not going to send reminders if you choose not to do a assignment or discussion or whatever it is. I'm just going to take it that you're okay to take a 0 for it. So I don't take late work. I give you a good amount of time to complete it. It's by midnight of that night. So please make sure that you do it. I hate giving 0s. I'm not here to stump you. I'm here to make sure you succeed and do everything you can to move on in life. I don't want to keep you here forever. That's not my goal, I promise you. So as a conclusion, I look forward to our semester together, and I'm here for you if you need me. Email is really the best way to get a hold of me. I do have a phone number, an office number on there, but I can't always say I'm going to be in the office. So if you really, really need me, if you email me, I can get back to you a little quicker that way a lot of times. And if we need to meet in person, I can probably set up a time for you with that as well. Or we could just meet on Teams, whichever one you want. We're a little more flexible because this is an online course, okay? So again, it's great to have you, and let's have a great semester. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.